man. Appreciate that. Caesar Time. Caesar, what's good with you? You said you know Clyde was bisexual? How you know that? Oh, because he said it. Yo, Caesar, we'll talk about that at a later date about an interview, bro. Appreciate you, though. Cloud9 was good. Cloud9, you ain't got to give me a dime to spread the word. Spread the word is with the mouth, man. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, like they said, God said, let there be light. Then there was light. That's the power of the word, bro. Because if he was God and he didn't have to say, let there be light. He tried to show you its power in the words. And we as individuals have the power. That's the word that got Big, Tupac, and Suge them in the situation. Even though it was evil, even though it came from somewhere, they said it in their mouth and they put it in the universe. Sometimes people have certain powers, man, be it from the devil, be it from God. If they say stuff out their mouth, and that's going to be at the end of the program today, where we see how somebody could say something out their mouth and it happened. All right? So I want to touch bases, like I say, thank you again for, making today 20,000 subscribers. 23 years ago, we went to Soul Train Music Awards. All right? We went to Soul Train Music Awards. Pac was still living. Big was still living. They was having a beef and everything like that. And some of the stuff that you seen on the video, some of the things that you seen on the video, on the stuff when Pac coming up talking about what now, it transpires something like that. Pac was screaming West Side. Now you're on the West Coast. Now you're on the West Coast now. You know what I'm saying? Big was not even fearing that because Big had his main dude right next to him, and that was C Gutter. And C Gutter was ready to do whatever Big, C Gutter is proven. D-Rock was right there too. D-Rock was proven. You understand? This is the first time we're at the Soul Train Music Awards. So now, C Gutter, he's the one who Reggie Wright said that he thought he was Keefe D, talking about, yo, if you pull a gun up, you pull a gun up. But it wasn't Keefe D, it was C Gutter. And trust and believe, C Gutter is test and proven, man. I said that before. So now this was the situation and everything like that. So Big had performed, right? Big had performed, and I was sitting in back of Grant Hill's wife. I think her name was Taya or Tamia or something like that. Oh my God, she smells so much. Yo, Grant, sorry about that. Don't send your people at me, but your wife was smelling so good, man. Listen here, man. I could have swapped up with a biscuit. For real. That's how good she was smelling, man. Oh my God. And I was sitting right behind her in these two little ass shoes because I had the shoes that Big had on. You understand that they had brought Big to Soul Train. They brought him a size 12. We were a 14. I wore a 14. He wore a 14. He a 14E. I'm a 14D, which is the 14E is a little bit wider. So I'm sitting here with these tight ass shoes on. I'm walking on the back of them. I'm mad and everything like that. But when I got in behind Tamia and she was sitting in front of me, all that shit just went away. I was like, oh my God, this man is blessed. Ain't it good to be a motherfucking NBA basketball player? So I was right there behind her. Big had performed and everything like that. The show was great. So they was going back. They went back. So we went back to the locker room, and me and Big had that altercation about my shoes. You understand? Because now he leaning on the back of my shoes. You know what I'm saying? And I just paid $800 for these Morris. You know what I'm saying? And those shoes, I never even wore them after that. You know what I'm saying? I wore them that night when we got back there. I put them on, and I never wore them after that because I don't feel right wearing some other. You know, they was my shoes, but I don't feel right. You know, some other man having his shoes in my foot. You know, his foot in my shoes. So I put them up, and I would have bought me some. They wasn't Maury's, but there's a company that broke up from Maury's. And they call it Flex or Flextus or something like that. I went and bought some blue ones like that. And I put those shoes up, and I don't know why I did that, but I just put them up. And now we back there, man, big. I'm like, man, you sitting on my back of my shoes, and he like, yo, I said, man, get out of my shoes like that, man. You know, and the dudes from 5001 who was making everybody clothes back then, they told me they was gonna make me outfit or something like that, but my man Guy, who was a big supporter of the same game, you know, I gave him a pass on that one. You know, I gave him a pass. I shouldn't have gave him a pass because his partner wasn't, you know, cool with me like that, and he was the one out there. But because Guy was a part of that, and they was doing 5001, was doing all that stuff, I gave him a pass on that one. You know what I mean? So now, we hear on over the intercom that there's a situation. You know what I'm saying? This was 23 years ago at Soul Train Awards today. Right now, about this time, you know what I'm saying? We at Soul Train Musical Awards. 23 years ago. Time is flying, bro. So now we me and Puff is in the back. Big and them had already made their way to the front, saying that they were, you know, go back to the hotel. So me and Puff was in the back, and we hear something, yo, there's a problem, there's a situation. You understand? A Bad Boy and Death Row. So me and Puff started running, headed to the front. You know what I'm saying? So now, by us running to the front, we get stopped by these Muslim dudes, because, you know, like they stop, like, you know, like we running, they telling us to slow down, but then they stop. Now they surround us. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Yo, so like we inside Soul Train. I'm like, yo, what's up? So dude trying to talk to Puff, you know, and this was this light-skinned guy. He had this yellowish beige suit on and everything like that. And I spoke to Reggie about it. Reggie said, yo, I know that guy. He always got the same suit on. I said, I don't know him like that. You understand? But the guy was a little shorter than Puff. And, you know, this guy, Puff was trying to talk to him, yo, man, you know, we all right, everything good and stuff like that. You know, and the dude was like, nah. And I couldn't really get into it, you understand, regarding the situation. You know, I couldn't really get into it with the situation, but they was going at each other. So I'm like, yo, my man, we gotta go. You understand? Then his dudes them start transforming around me. The next thing you know, Mustafa see what's going on. Now, Mustafa is Farrakhan's son. After Farrakhan, it's Mustafa. It's nobody, you know what I'm saying? He's number one after Farrakhan. You understand? So now Mustafa sees us. Now, I done rode on a tour bus from Mustafa for years and everything. You know, not for years, but I've been on a couple of tour buses with Mustafa. I've been to their house. You know what I'm saying? We've been, yo, get those like buttons up for me and everything, y'all. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It don't do nothing but take a finger. Ding. That's it. Get that like button up for me, man. Y'all ain't gonna do that? Wow. Tell you, man, our people, appreciate that. Came up a couple. All right. So now we sitting up there. Mustafa come right up there. Now Mustafa is the one that put me up into a Muslim thing, and I thank God that Mustafa. We had a long conversation. We was in D.C. at the time, and we was on a tour bus, and I wanted to know more about the Nation of Islam and everything like that. I want to know what was going on, stuff like that. And Mustafa said, yo, Jason Woodard, thank you for that cash app. Mustafa said, yo, when a brother from the Nation of Islam look you in the eye, he is taught to humble himself by saying, Assalamu alaikum. That saved my life. That's why sometimes you got to pay attention to people, man. Sometimes you got to be ready to learn other shit and learn, because that one thing saved my life. I'm going to get back to that. So me and Mustafa had that conversation and everything like that. So Mustafa saw us and a dude roll up on us. I mean, those people was surrounding us. So Mustafa came in the middle. And Mustafa just said, he didn't get in between the brother and Puff. He said, brother, to the dude. And dude, like, he like moved Mustafa, like he was going to move Mustafa's hand. He did Mustafa's hand like that. No, he going and Puff like this, hard body. Mustafa said, brother. And the dude kept going. Then now Mustafa pushed Puff out the way and get right in between Puff and the dude. And he said, brother. Then all the other Muslims started transforming right there. Puff weaseled himself out of there. We got right there and boom. Now me, I'm looking. This dude had a like that fire in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, if two lions bump heads, what's gonna happen? If two lions bump heads, what's gonna happen? It's gonna be a situation. It's gonna be a problem. And that's what it was. I seen this fine dude face. So now we start back running down the corridor. So whatever happened and transpired with Tupac and Big, and another guy was an officer that was with me. He worked with me. He's like my brother from another mother. You understand? Hung out on 12th Street with me. I put down my life for him before. I've been in situations with him. I eat at his house. I ain't got to go to his house and ring the doorbell. I walk in there, Sunday dinner at his mother's house and everything like that. This is my brother. Yo, on everything I love, man. I'm going to get away from the situation right here. We was in Harlem on 114th Street. And this dude was selling drugs, and on 114th Street between Lenox and St. Nick. His mother and them had just moved off of 114th Street between 7th and 8th Avenue. He grew up there all his life. His mother moved her. So now this tenement building, everybody got their own floor. His mother and them got a floor. Everybody got their own floor. This dude don't live in their building. He's selling drugs out there, and mom be like, yo, call her son. Yo, listen here. He's selling drugs. So now, dude kept selling drugs, and dude, my man is an officer. He said, yo, my man, listen here, man. You can't sell drugs on this stoop right here. Find somebody else. My mom, you cannot bring that right here. Dude looking at him all crazy and everything like that. You know, like, back at it again. So now my man calls me over there, right? Yo, Gene, where you at? He said, yo, this dude over there, what's called, mom just called me. So I get there, I'm jetting, I I'm putting a stump on it. I'm jetting over to the mom's house and everything like that. Dude is out front. Everything I love. And he'll tell you this. Everybody know who I'm talking about from Harlem. Everybody call him Bun. Listen here. I get over there. He talking to the dude on the stoop. Dude is coming down the steps. He's 6'4", Bun 6'4", about 3 and change. Dude is about 6'2", 6'3", about slim dude and everything like that. So I see him like, yo, man, you can't what you got. So he come down the steps. I'm coming up the steps. Bun will tell you I knocked him right back up the steps. Bun said, what you doing? Why you do that? I said, you already talked to him, right? What you calling me for? If you already talked to him before and he's still doing the same thing, What you call me for? I'm not going to talk to him. I'm not going to brain wrestle with him. You made it clear. You don't live here. You bringing that to my mom in the front, my mom in front of them. You don't live here. So if I come there and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to brain wrestle with him, he going to continue doing, we got to show him now. Knocked him right up the steps, fell out, grabbed him, brought him down. Man, if I ever catch you here, man, here, put this in your pocket. Don't let me ever catch you right here. Put one of them things in his pocket. Next time, I'm not going to put it in your pocket. I was just stupid back then, man. God bless it. Lord. Man, I was stupid, man. I just had that St. Louis in me, and I had the love for my friends and my brothers and stuff like that, man. Like, it was crazy. And like I said, God don't watch out for nothing but fools and babies. And I was a fool, man. And I thank God today, Lord. Anyway, Charles 13X, what's good with you? P-Dash channel. Don McClain, what's good out of Chicago Heights? Yvonne Mann. Jonathan Armstrong. Natty Daughter out of Camden, New Jersey. Ooh, Camden is serious. It's serious out there in Camden, y'all. Camden, you think Newark is serious. Camden is serious. Picture Plenty Pussy, what's good with you? All right. Let's keep it rolling, y'all. Let me stop it right there. So now, check it out. Yo, I don't know how to do the super chat. I don't want to mess up my thing, man. So when people ask me about the super chat, I asked Rec. Rec said it was already in there. Give a shout out to MREC TV. You know, Joe Rec, always salute to you, bro. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, man. People was always ducking and dodging me, telling me, you know, I'm right there, telling me, you know, yo, leave that alone, leave that alone. But people want to know, and I'm glad y'all want to know. Y'all proving to the world that y'all want to know what happened to Big, and y'all want to get this done. Because, dog, let me not rush myself. So now, let me get back to where I was at. Now, me and Puff was running down the corridor again. So now, my man who's out there with them, this is what he told me. He said, and that's Bun. Bun said, Pac said some shit to Big. And a woman walked by Big and said, oh, shit now. Tupac is here. And Big said, yo, ma, I ain't no punk. I ain't no punk. He could be here. And Pac said what he had to say. Then the Muslims came in between them two. So when Red said that Keefe D, which was to C Gutter, because C Gutter did pull out the tray. Because Bun said, yo, C Gutter had a revolver. He pulled it like that. Then the Muslims got in between them. And Red said, yo, if you pull it, don't pull it up. Don't pull it up. Man, listen here. If the Muslim wouldn't have got in between them, ain't nothing he could have said. He better just start making that shit click. Because that's what C would have did. It ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Everybody know that about Gutter. He don't play them games. So now, my man said that. So now, they get past them. And I see them coming up the steps. And Puff is right here on my side. So they coming up the steps. And they're about, and we was talking about a football field, a good 15 yards. About 15 yards. Now on the side of us, coming down the corridor, you see the TV vans. And it's where you could jump down where the TV vans are at. So Puff is on the side of me. I said, man, listen here. I'm not fighting no 15, 20 niggas, man. Fuck this. Oops. Forget this. Front this. I said front. I didn't say, well, I said front. I didn't say, I didn't say fuck. I said front. Front this. That's what I said. I didn't say fuck. You ain't hear fuck. I said front this. All right. So now I'm like this. I'm like, right here, Puff right here. I said, yo, Puff, man, just take care of my family, bro. I got this. Don't worry about it. And Nene and Nene, I'm walking down. I'm walking like this now. We got to the almost to the end of the corridor. I see Pac now. See Suge come. I'm big. So Puff right here. Next thing you know, I see him brush. He jumps down in the back of the TV vans, where the TV vans were at.